Hey, how you doing? We just got out of Better Collide. Is that the name of that movie? The Nicholas Hoult one? It was Collide, right?
Something like that, yeah.
I had to think about that for a second. I'm like, I can't believe I remembered that title.
Oh, God.
This is a Tuesday release, which means the rest of my week will be fucked up slightly. That was happening to me last week, man. Last week, Brian and I had Transformers on Tuesday. I don't know if you're the same way, but whenever we have like a main release, like a big premiere, and not that we're like making up something on Tuesday, like when it's a big
or something we actually care about. Like, I wouldn't call this a big premiere, but this was a movie we wanted to see.
Yeah, no, totally. And this is the preview screening for it. Usually when we see something on Tuesday, it's not the preview screening for it. It's just something we didn't see over the weekend. This is the actual preview screening for this. But like with Transformers last week, it was throwing off the rest of my week because I'm used to that being on Thursday.
No, yeah, what's going to happen is I'm going to wake up tomorrow and I'm going to forget to take the fucking garbage cans out to the fucking curb because I'm going to be thinking it's Friday.
Yeah.
You know?
I was confusing Brian so hard last week because I was writing to him going like, hey, are you good for Book of Henry tomorrow? But my week was thrown off, so later in the day I was like, shit, I'm all thrown off. I don't mean tomorrow, I mean Thursday. I was right before. I was originally correct. I was just getting my days confused, and Brian's like, he'll figure it out. But anyway, this gets a midweek release on it, which is fine for me. We got to see it sooner because this is a pretty fucking great movie.
No, this was honestly so far easily one of my favorite movies of the year. Like
if I do a top 10 so far this year, this would be in it.
Yeah, this would
Yeah.
like, I'm not going to say it was the best movie of the year so far, but as far as like for me rewatchability in movies that like
Yeah,
like
I would say that.
I will recommend to just about anybody. This is definitely the one, I'd say.
And if you've seen the trailers for this, the trailer it tells you what you need to know going into the movie. Like it tells you he's working for Kevin Spacey, who is basically Joe from Reservoir Dogs. Like he handles all these heist jobs and everything, and Ansel Elgort is into him for some money. So in order to kind of make that back, he's doing all these driving jobs for him, and because of an accident when he was a kid, he has a ring in his ear, and he is constantly listening to music. And you know, that's really what you need to know going in, honestly. It's damn great filmmaking, this movie is. Especially, I mean, this has been talked about a lot, but it's true, especially in how it uses its soundtrack.
Oh, yeah, it is one of those movies where the soundtrack is almost a character.
No, it is.
Like,
yeah.
It's and such clever, brilliant music choices in some parts.
Yeah, that's what was really cool about this movie. It's a movie that is, you're right, the soundtrack is very much a character in this film, akin to whether we're talking about Reservoir Dogs, Tarantino,
almost every Tarantino movie.
Yeah, Saturday Night Fever, Scorsese flicks, the people that you instantly think of when you think of movies that use soundtracks that good. Like, this goes along with the movie. It's edited to feel like it's part of the scenes that are going on. I was thinking that in my head, and there are still movies that do that really well, but there are a lot of movies too now that are like Chips, where the soundtracks it's there cuz.
Yeah, it's and this is slightly different from like Guardians of the Galaxy, which has a great soundtrack.
Yeah,
it's important to the movie.
It is.
But this is slightly different because in Guardians of the Galaxy, like the soundtrack, there's a story behind the soundtrack. In this, there's a story behind his use of music, but it's not of a specific era. It's really mixed, like from like fucking Young MC to the
Young MC is in it. Yeah.
Young MC. I mean, it opens with the John Spencer Blues Explosion, which I happen to be actually wearing one of their shirts. One of my favorite bands of all time, and it opens with Bell Bottom, which is not one of their most popular songs.
Dude, that's what's great about this movie, because this movie
is throwing out some deep cuts.
No, it does. Like, it's not like, there are certainly instantly recognizable songs in this
Yeah.
movie. Easy by the Commodores is on the soundtrack, but there's a lot that it's not a soundtrack that's made up of stuff that you've heard in 200 movies.
Yeah.
Meaning Spirit in the Sky is not on the soundtrack to this movie.
Yeah.
And that made it feel very fresh. It did. It was nice seeing that. It was nice seeing a movie that's very dependent on music, using stuff that, fuck man, you might not have heard in a long time.
Yeah. Or ever heard before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you know, the Young MC they threw on there, I wouldn't have known it was Young MC unless they showed some album artwork.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, that's a deep cut. Like, the John Spencer Blues Explosion song, I knew as soon as the first note played, but that's because I know that fucking song so well.
Yeah.
And for years I've been saying that's a band that, like, a car chase needs to be set to. And
that's
it
how it
was
opens.
brilliantly so.
The car chases are so good in this movie. Not just the car chases, which are fantastically shot and brilliantly edited, but also Ansel Elgort's performance is very physical in this.
Yeah.
More than you see in the trailer. Like in the trailer, it's a lot of him at the diner, him driving
You see him
and stuff
jumping
like
over
that.
the car in the
Yeah,
trailer.
yeah. There is a lot of that in this movie. There's a few good tracking shots in this that are him kind of dancing down the street. It's like Tony Manero also does bank jobs.
Yeah.
And I love what they do with characters in this film too, because characters which start out thinking, oh, this person's the villain, or oh, this person is the one that's more the relatable one, or the one that's kind of the more trusting one in it. It's unpredictable in that regard.
Yeah, it's specifically like the three of the supporting characters that have arcs. Spacey, John Hamm, who is... I've liked John Hamm for years.
Same.
I think he's a great actor. I also think he is one of, like, through all kinds of podcasts that Sarah listens to and stuff like that. That dude's fucking hilarious.
He's funny as John Hamm. I've been saying this for years. John Hamm should be an A-list movie star. And this is one of his. I will watch stuff because it's got John Hamm in it. And this is one of his best performances.
Mesmerizing in this.
He absolutely is, because he's all different kinds of John Hamm in this one performance. He is funny, and then he gets scary.
Yeah. No. Well, and it's great because it's one of those, like, he eventually kind of becomes the villain, but it's not till the third act. Like, he has a full arc.
No, he does. And what's great about him having a full arc is that when it gets to the point to where he's, the big bad of the movie, you get it. It's like, when you look at it from his point of view, it's like, I understand this. Like, it's not that I'm suddenly rooting against our hero or anything like that, but it's a well-written villain.
Yeah.
And really well-written villains are like that. When you put yourselves in, when you look at things from their, it's like, I get why this person is doing this and the reason that they're doing this. And they do that with John Hamm in this movie. I'm like, as scary as he gets, I'm like, I understand his motivation for why he's doing this. He's not just some two-dimensional villain or anything. And then when you have a character like, Spacey's, who, when it starts out and it's like, okay, he's kind of the bad guy in this, and then he
never really becomes a good guy. It's just,
but he does something towards the end, and
he has a redeeming moment.
Yeah, he does.
But at the same time, it doesn't feel out of character. I mean,
it doesn't.
It's out of nowhere, but it doesn't feel out of character.
It doesn't. It doesn't at all, because they humanize this character.
Yeah.
They humanize most of the characters in this film. Which was really really refreshing. Like, it makes characters like this just completely three-dimensional, and you understand the reasons why they're doing that. You understand why Kevin Spacey did that. You understand why John Hamm is doing this. And it's funny. The movie's very funny. There are characters in this who are, from beginning to end, are bad guys. Jamie Foxx. But he's very funny in this.
I mean, he's obviously, like, he's one of those, in the movie, he's a character who's like, I'm crazy. It's like, you're not really crazy. You're just using that as an excuse to be a monster.
Yeah. Like, this is a sociopath.
Yeah, really.
And John Bernthal is really good in the one scene he's in.
Yeah.
Like, what you see in the trailer is really kind of all he's in this. It's kind of a glorified cameo a little bit. Like, there's a reason why his name is on the poster, but he's not on the poster.
Well, and his name is on the poster in the billing block,
Yeah.
not in the list. You
Oh,
know?
it's not? Okay. Yeah.
He's in the billing block. He's the only actor listed in the billing block, but he's not on the poster. You know?
Yeah, he was a lot of fun in his one scene. I like
Yeah.
John Bernthal a lot. No, I highly recommend this. I do. Where would you put it? I mean, I know we just saw the movie, but where would you put it in ranking it with Edgar Wright's other movies? It's hard because we just saw it.
Well, it's hard too because I mean you can still tell it's an Edgar Wright
You
movie,
can.
but at the same time it's got a whole different flavor to it.
No, it does. Yeah.
And to a degree a little bit of a slightly different directing style because it's still very kinetic and quick, but he doesn't have those quick cut burst of three moments that you see in a lot of his other movies, you know.
But it's also because he's such a because he is such a damn great director.
Yeah. You can still tell it's him.
You can tell the movie is directed by a talented director because
Yeah.
you can tell everything that's going on in the movie.
Yeah.
In the car chase scene, it's not fucking Die Hard 5. It's
No.
not, you can tell what's going on.
Like, and some ridiculous shit happens.
Certainly.
But in it, it's still within the kind of realm of actual possibility.
It makes it believable.
Yeah.
It does. Because it doesn't look like a cartoon. It doesn't look like suddenly a cartoon has happened and it's like CGI cars going all over the place. No. It looks like there's a lot... Like,
Yeah.
this shit is going on.
No, I mean it's a completely different flavor or even type of movie from any of the Cornetto trilogy, and it's vastly different from Scott Pilgrim, which is still a movie I love. Edgar Wright's one of those guys. I mean, I know he's only this is 5 features deep now he's made, and
I think.
I love all of his movies, but I really think this one it's vastly different in a lot of ways from everything else he's made. And quite frankly, like, I'm always going to have a real big soft spot for Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz.
Same, yeah.
And Scott Pilgrim, that came out about a year after I started reading that book. And while it's not the best adaptation ever, it's certainly, in my opinion, a blast of a movie.
It was a movie that I didn't care much for the first time I saw it, but upon a rewatch, I did like it a lot better. I like this movie better.
I have to say I do too. Like, in Scott Pilgrim, there's reasons I like it. Like, that was the first movie I bought when I got a flat screen TV and a Blu-ray player.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, this is a movie that deserves this, you know?
Certainly.
But this is one of those movies, it's even if he never makes anything else like this ever again, I think this is going to be a standout in his career.
Well, what's a common theme with this to some of his other movies is that he takes familiar genres and familiar tropes of those genres and makes it feel refreshing and makes it feel original, whether it's a zombie movie like Shaun of the Dead, whether it's a buddy cop action movie like Hot Fuzz. In this, it's a heist movie where the driver is, he's pulled back in for a job and he's got to protect his girlfriend and things like that.
It's kind of a classic gangster movie in a way.
It is.
But it's very updated, you know?
Yeah, it's taking things that could be kind of familiar to the genre, but it makes it seem unpredictable. It gives it a refreshing spin on it. Like he's done with other genres in the past.
Yeah, but in this one, as opposed to like the Cornetto trilogy, it's not done for laughs. It's done out of interest, you know?
Yeah.
And this movie certainly has laughs, but it's not a comedy.
It never feels like it's parody.
No,
It never feels like it's spoofing the genre.
And all 3 of those movies are, to a degree, parody. They're fantastic parody. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
And almost past the point of being parody and being a love letter, you know.
No, that's exactly what they are.
this is still a love letter, but it's a straight movie.
No, it is. Yeah.
Like I honestly I'm always excited to see what Edgar Wright's gonna do, but now I'm even more excited because it's like Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Like
Maybe he'll make Don't.
yeah,
That was funny. The fake trailer for Don't.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what is next in regards to that, but no, I highly recommend this. I know there's a lot of stuff playing right now because it's the summer. There's another blockbuster out every fucking week. But yeah, I gotta say, like, this one, it stands out from all the movies that are
Yeah.
out this summer. And yeah, there's some good summer popcorn movies that are out there now. There's some very damn good movies that are playing out there now. There's some crap, and there's even some kind of great crap if you haven't seen
Yeah.
Book of Henry yet.
Oh, and then in the next couple weeks too, there's a whole lot more. I mean, Spider-Man's a week and a half away.
Yeah, Spider-Man's coming out. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of movies that come
but
out
if-
nowadays. Shit.
Yeah, I was reading some. I'm sure this doesn't go for 90% of the people that watch our site, but I was reading some statistical analysis that, on average, the average American only sees 3 movies a year in the theater. And it's like, at this point, I have to say, like, I'd say make this one of your 3.
Yeah,
You know,
certainly that's playing out now.
Yeah.
That's playing in theaters right now. Whenever we talk about something that goes wrong at the theater, whether it's like with the 3D or the projector or something, we do get some comments that are like, damn, a lot of bad shit always happens at your theater. And it's like, I don't think any more malfunctioning things like that happen at this theater versus any other theater.
It's just
that
we're
we're
here.
here all the time.
Yeah. We're here once to 5 times a week. Like, it's at the point now where Brad usually gets to the theater before me and gets the tickets and goes and plays games or something.
Yeah, you would chill out in the arcade.
We're at the point now where when I walk into the theater, I walk past the line and like 3 people taking tickets just go, hey man, and I just let me past.
Yeah, when I walked in today, dude would get right away was like, Baby Driver tonight, huh? Yep. It's still the best is when it's a situation like it was the day after Force Awakens came out, and it was me and Allison in line, and there's a bunch of people in front of us, and they're all Force Awakens, Force Awakens, Force Awakens. Get to us, like Alvin and the Chipmunks, the road chip. That's always the best. Situations like that are always the best.
3 for Oogie Loves.
3 for Oogie Loves.
What?
Yeah, the Barbie movie with me and Brian. Damn. Watch that video. The first 10 minutes of me and Brian's Barbie review are us just talking about the experience of seeing it. Any final thoughts about this?
This was fantastic. I
Yeah.
loved this. Like, I'm a nitpicking son of a bitch, and I got nothing bad to say about this movie at all.
Yeah, no, this is worth it. Yeah, go out and go check this out. Coming up Thursday is The House and Despicable Me 3. So that's coming up on Thursday. See ya.